What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do the November reading for my Pisces out there. If you're new to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. You can also hit the bell notification icon and come join me for a free live tarot reading. So my Pisces, my Pisceans, we are going to jump right into your reading here. We're going to see what's coming up for you guys here in the month of November for love and romance. Can't believe that we are basically 60 days away, 2 months away, something like that, 60, 61, 62 days away from the end of the year. It's wild. So the first card that we have out is Mature Woman. So it says socialite, connector, and high status. This could be you. This could be somebody else. You could be meeting an older woman, a mature woman. Mature could also just mean mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually mature. This could also be somebody else. We'll see in a moment. The obstacle card wanted to come out, but it wanted to come out in reverse. So blocks, pathways, delays. I'm going to leave it upright, but it did come out in reverse. We will honor it in reverse, which basically just means that there could be some type of hurdle, obstacle, or challenge that you or this person are either overcoming or will overcome, depending on, again, if you're already in a relationship with this person or if you meet this person, and so forth here. So now the next card we have out, I keep forgetting to show you guys. The Ice Queen is divorcee, a mother, or using your discernment. So this is kind of like, this is somebody who is, besides the description on the card here, this is also somebody who can be a little emotionless, someone who's not very tied into their emotions, kind of like a Queen of Swords type of energy here. Somebody who's probably a little bit more stuck in their head and a little less, connected to their heart here. And they may seem kind of cold and detached, basically. This could be the same person or somebody different as this mature woman. But again, we'll find out here. Obviously, if you're in a relationship, and male or female doesn't matter, by the way, okay? But if you're in a relationship with somebody already, with someone who fits this description, then obviously you would know that. But we have the Union card as the next energy out. It says serious relationship, marriage, or partnership. So if you're single, you're going to meet this person, and their demeanor, their demeanor may not be a true representation of their character. Okay. So if this is somebody new, they may have a little bit of that kind of like RBF, that resting bitch face, male or female, doesn't matter, but just the term, where they seem very just like, they just have that kind of look on their face where they just look like kind of serious or unapproachable or kind of cold. But as you get to know them, they may not actually be that type of person, which is why the obstacles card is in reverse. It's kind of like maybe at first they seems a little off-putting, unapproachable, but it's really more just kind of like they may not even realize that they have that demeanor about them. But whoever this person is somebody you can definitely have a serious relationship with, or you may already be in a serious relationship with here. Okay. Let's see what else here. Try to get one more, and okay, here we go. A triangle. Okay, crowded relationship of choices. So this could be two people. It could be have a mature woman, somebody who might be older, wiser, more mature. If they're not older, then again, they're just more mature. But then you may have this Ice Queen over here as well. Okay, so it could actually be two different energies with this love triangle here. It could also be a third party situation. So if you're dating somebody, then there could have been a third party situation. If you're single, then maybe you're seeing multiple people, maybe have more than one choice. And then bottom of the deck, we have the mature man. So now we have the mature man and the mature woman. So this is probably somebody who's married. And then maybe this ice queen is somebody who's single, maybe a little bit younger. And now there's this love triangle here. Okay. And so, the obstacles in reverse here. So if this resonates with you, you were either in a relationship where you were cheated on, or you found out that somebody else was in the third party situation, or maybe you were in this third party situation and they were married, whatever the situation is, however that unfolds. I feel like you probably know about it by now. And if you don't, now you do, right? No need to think the tarot. So if you've been suspecting something has been a little bit off, a little bit unusual, or there could have been some secrets, well, your intuition was probably not lying to you here, okay? But there's definitely a union here. We have a mature man and a mature woman here. So I definitely feel like, and for some of you, it could even be maybe if you're like into open relationships or polygamy or something of that nature, maybe it's, you already know about it. It could be like a swingers thing, no judgment from me. But for the majority of you, I feel like it could be either a choice between somebody a little bit older and somebody younger, or it could be somebody who's married already, and then there's that third energy, all right? So let's see. Tell me more here for my Pisceans. Tell me more, please. So we have confusion. So either you or this person may be confused right now. This is a Seven of Cups energy. Confused about the relationship, maybe either confused about information that maybe they told you. So if they've been lying to you, or there's been any type of deception, you could feel confused, or the whole relationship's in a state of confusion right now, because that's what love triangles almost always end up confusing like that. Or you or this other person is confused about what to do, because maybe it's come down to a choice, right? Like, unfortunately, a lot of times, especially in older / younger marriages or relationship dynamics or marital dynamics, let's say a man, this is typically true of men more than women. Most of the time, a man who's in an unhappy relationship, who's got a wife and has children, he's got absolutely no interest in leaving his wife. But what he will do is he will create a romantic connection with another woman, and he will string her along by making her false promises. He'll tell her whatever she needs to hear, whatever she wants to hear, to get her hopes up, thinking that he's going to leave his ex-wife because she's a terrible person, or he may make up lies about her, like, well, she's already cheated on me, or maybe she is cheating on me, or, she's just a terrible, terrible person, blah, 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 she treats me bad. And then, he gets sympathy and compassion from the other woman. And so as they begin to have their affair, he keeps making her promises. Don't worry, I'm going to divorce her. Just give me time. Let me work it out. And so she's over here thinking like, this guy's going to be mine because he loves me. And he's stringing her along, but he has absolutely no desire or no plans to truly divorce his current wife. And so, and this is statistic, you can check the statistics of this, by the way. 80% of the time, a man will not divorce his wife in a cheating or an affair. Okay. So in other words, if you're that person, and again, male or female doesn't matter, but this is typical for men. So if you're a female watching this and this resonates for you, then just know that if you're seeing a married man and he's making you these promises, you're being lied to. Straight up. He's not going to leave his ex-wife. Not his ex-wife. He's not going to leave his current wife. He's not going to ruin his reputation. He's not going to leave his children for you. You're just convenient. You're easy. And yeah, you may be giving him and meeting needs that his ex-wife isn't meeting, or he's just a cheater and his ex-wife might be a good person and he's just a cheater, right? So just keep that in mind. So the family card is the next card that came out, but it did come out in reverse. So And this is under the obstacle energy. I'm going to leave it upright, but we're going to honor it in reverse. So this is somebody, again, who probably has a family. They're probably married, but the family life or the marriage is on the rocks at best. In other words, because again, there's always a reason for cheating. Like if a man is truly happy with his wife, and there's always exceptions, right? So you can never say it's always one thing or the other, because there's always people who cheat no matter what, right? Even if they're in a perfectly happy relationship. Esther Perel talks about this. You can look her up on YouTube. But for the most part, in most cases, people don't cheat because they're happy. People cheat because they're unhappy. They feel neglected, rejected, their needs aren't getting met. So I sense with this family energy, this family card energy being in reverse here, that this person, or the reason this love triangle exists, is because somebody wasn't happy in their marriage for whatever reason. And so they started looking to get their needs met elsewhere. So yeah, the next thing we have support. So this is kind of like, again, that compassion, that empathy, that, you're seeking out that compassion and empathy from somebody else, right? Somebody outside of your relationship. You don't feel like maybe you're seen or understood or appreciated or loved by your partner. You fight all the time. And so you start to seek that outside of the relationship. Whether it's a coworker or somebody and you guys start getting to talking about life and you start opening up vulnerably about your problems, and then there's some attraction and chemistry there between you, and the next thing you know, there's some type of sexual tension building, and you start talking more and more, and the proximity gets closer and closer. Next thing you know, you start making out, and the next thing you know, you end up in the backseat of your car banging, right? So it's like, that's usually how these things happen. And so I feel like this support energy here is essentially what drove or created this love triangle. Somebody got into proximity with somebody else, and they started to feel appreciated, needed, desired, and all the things. And that started to create this bond here. And then we have the next card, security. So yeah, so it's the same thing as everything I said with the support. Somebody was giving somebody else a sense of mental, emotional, or maybe even physical security. Maybe it's like somebody was like, hey, such a da-da-da-da-da is happening in my life. And the other person's like, okay, well here, let me help you with that. I know times are tough right now. I got some extra money. It's not a big deal. Let me pay for that. Let me fix your car for you. Let me put those tires on there. Or here, you need that. You need a loan. I'll loan you $1,000 or whatever it is. There's something here going on in this triangle situation here where it's like somebody was trading almost really support and security to get this for this other person to be drawn to them here. And this has come out in some other readings too. And I've also seen this from other readers on YouTube who said the same thing, where there's been some type of, people, a lot of the love triangles and affairs that are happening right now are based around money and financial security because of inflation and times are tough right now. Right. And so, I do feel that there's an element of that here. Okay, so the next card that we have is trust. Okay, so there's definitely, this was somebody that won your trust or this other person's trust, depending on where you fit in this dynamic, if this is resonating for you, okay? You or this person cultivated some form of trust. And so initially there may have been no reason to question or doubt this person's integrity or motives, or to even, assume that they were cheating or that they would cheat on you or put you in a precarious situation. And then we have influence at the bottom of the deck. So whoever this person is, again, whoever kind of the manipulative energy was, right? Whoever the ringleader is here, that like the person that is willing to commit the crime, the adulterer or the adulteress, whoever it is that's willing they got roped in. That person is the one who had influence. In other words, they were the ones that were willing to convince the other person to go along with it. So to go back to my statistics here, if you were dealing with, say, a married man, for say, well, that married man had he was able to cultivate support, some sense of support. He was giving you some type of support, again, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, which therefore you felt secure. There was a sense of security, like this person really cares about me. They care about my struggles. They're very compassionate. They seem very genuine. And then depending on whatever the story is, they tell you, oh man, it's like, I wish my wife was like you, cause she treats me like this and that and the other. And, like, it's just so hard being around her, and I try to do so much for her. And it's like, and so you start empathizing with that. Like, oh, this guy is so nice. And why would his wife treat him so poorly? And that's the influence. So he's building trust by telling you, he's influencing you through, his stories and his lies and all this other stuff. So he builds trust with you. And then once he builds trust with you in this situation, again, assuming that's what's happening, your situation may be totally different. It may not even be a man you're dealing with, but again, it's still in the energy here regardless, right? Someone builds trust with you, you're going to let your walls down, and then someone gets more access to you. Again, for whatever it is, whether it's sex, whether it's money, whether it's just, for an ego boost here. So let's take a look and dive into this deeper. Tell me more here. What's going on with this situation here? So we have the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this is like somebody who either you or this person thought that this was your wish come true. Like this, being with this person or engaging in this relationship, what you thought was like, or they thought was like, man, this is it. This is everything I've ever wanted. Or if that's not the case, then this was just a very self-satisfying relationship. Basically like a selfish relationship. Like this person is only seeking their own self-pleasure. Okay. Because the 9 of Cups can be a card of overindulgence. Essentially, you feel satisfied. You feel pleasure. You're getting what you want, right? You're getting your desires met here. So this is kind of a very pleasurable card, right? Like this relationship could be very pleasing in whatever ways, usually physically or sexually, right? There's indulgence here. Let's see what else. Yeah, can't make it up. There it is, the Devil. Toxic, obsessive, tempting relationship, a relationship that, there's a lot of lust, a lot of passion. You can't keep each other's hands off of each other, and just craving each other. It's a card of addiction, sexual addictions, drinking, drugs, alcohol, anything. But it's also a card of obsession. But with the 9 of Cups and the Devil there, this is some level of addiction. Okay, whether it's partying, whether it's sex, whether it's alcohol, drugs, whatever. This is a very, very toxic but addictive energy. Could even be a karmic relationship or a trauma bond, or even an anxious attachment type of bond here. But somebody's being deceived here because the Devil is also the master deceptor, right? In the Bible, the devil was called the accuser. The word Satan in the Bible actually just means accuser, right? So there is the master of temptation, the master of deception here, the king of deception, essentially, metaphorically speaking. So the next we have 10 of Wands. So yeah, this relationship has created a lot of stress and a lot of burdens, though. It's overwhelming, and I think that the intensity of it is overwhelming, but so is the toxicity of it. So there's a lot. There's a lot of, like, if we take it out to the 50,000 foot view, the entirety of this whole relationship is creating baggage. The whole thing is overwhelming because the whole thing is toxic. It's a toxic triangle type of affair, open relationship, whatever it is. You take it as it resonates for you. But on a individual level, there's a lot of baggage here within each person. So there's like a lot of baggage that you probably have to deal with in this situation, or a lot of baggage that was dumped on you or that was created as a result of this relationship. A lot of baggage this other person has that they need to deal with, and maybe even within their family, even within the third person, whether it's, you or that person's husband or wife or whatever, whatever the pieces are here. But this relationship has definitely, this dynamic, I should say, has definitely been a huge, huge burden. Okay. So it's weighing heavy, upon you, or maybe the other people, or all people involved potentially, but especially you, I believe. So we have the Six of Wands here, which is usually about success, good news, getting appreciated, receiving praise, people looking up to you, that kind of thing. And I do feel that there is a form of validation here. So it's like somebody who seeks validation, or you put somebody, you idolize somebody, you put somebody up on a pedestal. That energy is here, as I mentioned before, where we have the support, security, and the trust energy here, right? However, the Six of Wands for me is also a card of somebody who needs attention, somebody who needs to feel validated, right? So it's like, if you're insecure and you don't feel good enough, and this person comes along and they puff up your ego and they make you feel special and safe, seen, heard, and understood. They make you feel like you're somebody, and they praise you, and oh my gosh, you're so good at this, and blah, blah, blah. They say all the things you want to hear that boost your ego. I feel like there's a bit of that here as well. And that may be why there that sense of trust, support, and attraction began, right? Because if you feel starved for validation, or you feel starved for significance, or like you need to feel special or successful, and someone comes along and they know all the right things to say that you want to hear, then that could be, that could be tied to that devil energy, the influence, that's the doorway in to your head, your heart, and your pants. So we have the Four of Swords. So this could mean a lot of things. This could mean that you're currently either taking a break from this. So this could be something you're trying to heal from or recover from. This could be something that happened to you in the recent past. Or this could be you just laying low, trying to stay out of sight, or keep this under cover, under wraps, metaphorically speaking. But I feel like it has a lot to do really with just healing and recovering from this. Or there's a need to heal and recover from, whatever the wounds are that allow you to behave this way. Again, attachment styles, right? Understanding that. Maybe there's a childhood wound that's responsible for all of this. Or maybe there's somebody who's in addiction. They're trying to recover from addiction here. They're trying to, face whatever these obstacles are and get out of maybe a toxic situation. Give me one more, please. Okay, yeah. And then the Seven of Swords. Lies, deceit, betrayal, deception. So it's very clear that there's definitely, this is most likely, and the Seven of Swords really kind of confirms it, that this is, there's been some type of deception or a third-party situation. Okay, now again, your specific situation may differ than the way that I described the energy on the table. But you may be like, okay, well, I'm going through a third-party situation, but maybe the way you described it doesn't fit the exact scenario that I've gone through or that I'm currently in. Okay, so again, it's a collective reading. I can't get it for everyone, but there's definitely a need here. There's a strength card. Now the strength card and the lion. The lion is almost kind of like the devil here. And the woman is like the divine, almost like the empress energy. And she's closing the mouth of the lion almost hypnotically. This woman here has almost put this lion in a trance. His eyes are closed, almost like he's sleeping, and she's not even looking at the lion. She's just kind of like glancing off, and her one arm up here is almost resting on it like it's a like a table, and her other hand is just like, kind of leaning on the inside edge of the lion's mouth. Like she's not concerned. It's like she's tamed the beast, right? And so I feel like there's strength here. You guys are trying to gain the strength to break free of this, get out of this toxic situation here. Closing the mouth of the lion is essentially overcoming this devil energy, this addiction, this toxic, perhaps karmic situation here, and really find your confidence here. So you don't need to be idolized. You don't need that significance. You don't need to be to have your ego fed, because you have all the confidence and everything you need, the inner strength here. You know who you are. So Leo energy, it's natural confidence, right? You're secure in yourself, a secure attachment style here. And so the strength card really is about you embodying your inner power to break free of this toxic situation. So let's get a few more messages here in closing. What else do my Pisceans need to know here? What else do they need to know about this situation? And if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. And don't forget to excuse me. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon as well, and come join me for a free live tarot reading when I go live, and be on the lookout for some more readings this month here. So I'm trying to get back in the saddle. I got sick actually twice last month. The beginning of towards the end of September, and then it like hit me again the beginning of October. And so then I finally got back to where I could talk without hacking and coughing and all the other things. Then I got a little bit behind on my videos, and I had some other things come up. So now I'm finally back in the saddle. All right, so the card that you can't see it because of this box over here on your screen down in the lower right hand corner that shows my face. You can't see it. I'm gonna grab it there. The first card is passion. So yeah, this relationship, there was a lot of passion here. I think that's obvious with the devil energy and the 9 of Cups. So this third party situation, this third party relationship really was probably mostly just lust, sex, lust, desire. We have the honeymoon energy. So this tells me that maybe, it felt like you were young again. It felt like there was an energy in this dynamic that just, it was like you were living in that honeymoon phase of a relationship, and I feel like there was something about the relationship with this person that just gave you that. It brought you back to certain types of memories or energy that you haven't experienced in a really long time. And that's why it was so tempting. And then we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Yeah, because eventually the honeymoon phase is going to end. So, the relationship was all built on passion, lust, and desire. And eventually, after you start to get all that out of your system, you have nothing else. There's nothing else for this relationship to grow from. Well, eventually, you're just left with the reality of each other, right? And this is true in healthy relationships, right? So when you meet somebody and you get engaged and you get married, or just when you first meet, you can't keep your hands off each other. You can't. You want to see each other all the time, and then you're engaged and you're still in a little bit of that fantasy because all you're thinking about is we're going to get married, and then we're going to buy a house, and we're going to be able to have our own things, and we're going to start making new memories there, and we're going to have our first Christmas there, and we're going to have this, and we'll get the dog. It's like everything is new, it's fresh, and it's exciting. But then once you're in it, and let's say you get into it 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, however long it is, that honeymoon phase wears off really fast because you're left with the real person. And life isn't a honeymoon every single day. And so I definitely feel like whatever the situation is that you had here it was all based on lies, lust, and passion. And I think the energy that I get, especially with the Strength card at the bottom of the deck, and this Four of Swords energy here, because the Four of Swords is also a card of contemplation, like actually thinking about what you're doing with your life, thinking about the consequences of your actions, like your moral compass, your conscience, right? Like you're falling asleep at night, your conscious, your moral compass and your conscience kicks in and is like, is this the right thing for you, for me to be doing? Is this really what I want? Is this real? You start thinking about things, and your intuition starts telling you, like, this relationship isn't going to go anywhere. It's just lust. It's just passion. It's just sex. It's physical, or this or that. This isn't real love. And I think that with the Strength at the bottom of the deck we just saw, it's really you needing to break free from it, or you're starting to realize you need to break free from it, or overcome it, or find your own inner confidence. That's really the message I get here. So Pisces, if this message resonated for you, again, like I said, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things, and check back for some further videos and updates. And with that being said, I will see you guys all very soon. And as always, my friends, love and light.